Be honest with me. Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you work, you just cannot seem to get ahead, right? Like money comes in, but somehow it always finds its way back out, right? Like I feel like I spent every single dime I made. It always had somewhere to go. I was paying off debt. I barely had a savings. It always was leaving. I would budget, budget, budget. I would be in my spreadsheet every single day. And it was the energy of lack. I don't have enough. I used to tell myself if I could just make a little bit more, I'd finally be okay. Or if I could just cut back a little bit more, I could just spend a little bit less on groceries or on eating out or on clothes or whatever the kids need, right? If I could just spend a little bit less or if I could just make a little bit more. It's always playing that money game. Like two plus two is always four, but I learned something powerful. It wasn't the money that needed to change, it was my beliefs about it, right? I talked a little bit about this yesterday in kind of the intro. So this is day two. We're talking about money and our beliefs around it. I remember literally sitting at my kitchen table with my laptop, the bills spread everywhere. Again, I'm really good at tracking my money. I know where it's going, but I was like, how can all of this be adding up to literally the income I have? Right? I was, robbing Peter to pay Paul. I was moving credit card debt to a 0% and always trying to move things around to pay the least amount of interest, pay things off the quickest because the weight of that debt was literally waking me up at night. I would wake up with anxiety in the middle of the night. I had a good job. I've been working full time. I have a great job. I've been working for 25 years, mostly work from home. Very, very blessed. God has really blessed me in my jobs. And I've worked multiple side hustles, right? I did network marketing. But as a single mom, when you go through divorce and you pay lots of money in a divorce, and then you're trying to make it on your own, and you have the guilt and the shame and you're exhausted trying to provide for your kids, you just want to make a happy, safe, comfortable home for your kids. So, like, to me, I'm like, I don't care what I need to do. I had to make a few small updates. Luckily, my home was very good to go, but I had to make a couple updates. My daughter wanted her room painted, and I wanted to provide that for her because I had the guilt of being a divorced mom, right? And now she had to go back and forth and pack their bags every week and go back to their dads, and I only had them 50-50. And I wanted a comfortable, safe place, right? Where I could call home. I could decorate with how I wanted. It was my own. It was our home. So, again, I felt just embarrassed and frustrated and exhausted and stressed and overwhelmed. Let me know in the comments if that's how you're feeling or if you felt that before. I thought making money had to be hard. I thought I had to go get another job. My brother and sister drove DoorDash and they liked the money. It was extra money. I'm like, I don't know my kids half the time. I could sit on the couch and watch movies and eat chocolate and popcorn, or I could actually go out and make an income and be useful, right? And I thought I had to go trade time for money. I had to go get another job. I had to do something else. I also became a virtual assistant, made, $17 an hour. I don't even know what minimum wage is anymore. And I love that season, but I was like, I'm exhausted. I was working full time, watching dogs, trying to juggle, uh, DoorDash and the virtual assistant job. And it was just exhausting because I had a belief that I had to trade time for money. I had to make more money by trading time. But when I found that I could have an automated system online, you guys, this was life changing to me. I didn't know. You didn't know. I didn't know what I didn't know, right? I thought I didn't deserve wealth because I made mistakes. I was irresponsible. I remember getting my first credit card in college. I wasn't really taught. My parents are pretty, financially literate, but I don't feel like I learned, or maybe I just didn't listen. If you're watching, mom and dad, I love you. But I I got my first credit card. I was so excited, but I was like, I'm going to pay this off every month, right? But I was irresponsible and many times in and out of debt. We took vacations we probably didn't need to. We couldn't afford. We probably bought a house we couldn't really afford. We wanted a better school for our kids. We wanted our kids to be happy. And sometimes we were keeping up with the Joneses, a car that we probably didn't need. but I had big dreams and goals and visions, and I just felt like God did not want us to live in lack. He wanted to bless us with abundance, but I'm still working on these beliefs, right? I even believe that having money somehow made me selfish. Like, you know how the rich get richer, the poor get poorer, and it's like, why would I want more money? Like, God, why do I feel like I need more money in my life? And for me, it's just, I don't want the stress and the anxiety. And I want to live a purposeful life and make an impact, right? But I didn't realize those thoughts were blocking the very abundance I was praying for. I didn't realize checking my bank account every day and the lack and focusing on what I didn't have and feeling like I need more money. I need more money because I can barely make it and I want to get out of this debt and I want this debt off of my shoulders and the weight of that. But that was actually, I was like blocking it. I had a ceiling, I had a limit. My 6-figure income from my job, very, very blessed. But I wanted more than that because again, I want to bless people. I love giving gifts. I love going out to a nice dinner. There's nothing wrong with that. Anybody that's going to make me feel selfish about that, you're not paying my bills. Like you do you, right? So here's what I want you to hear. Money is neutral. It's not good or bad. It simply amplifies what's already in your heart, right? So if you're already a beautiful, kind human being that gives, I believe you're just going to do more of that. If you believe it's hard to make, you'll keep struggling. If you believe it's meant to flow easily and you want to bless other people, you'll start to see opportunities where you once saw obstacles. Instead of thinking you have to go get another job, another, hourly pay, you'll realize that like the blueprint that I've been following, this freedom blueprint, God put it in my heart and in my lap, and I've been doing it for 18 months because I want moms to know you do not have to struggle. You don't have to get off on the struggle bus. You can get off the struggle bus, but you have to believe. You have to believe. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you believe you deserve. So someone told me my bank account or my income is tied to my self-worth. And I was like, oh, that was a wake-up call for me. Yeah, that's why I was not believing or I was not earning more income. I was blocking it because I didn't even believe I was worthy of it. Does anybody else think that, believe that? And we don't even know it. Sometimes we don't even know this. We need a coach or a friend or a mentor to help us with these things. And that's what I love to do is like, it's so much easier for me to look at somebody else and like help them with their beliefs and hear back, like listen to what you're saying and help you see what you're believing really. And I needed someone to do that for me. So when I started speaking differently about money, when I changed my beliefs about money, everything shifted, right? In my business, we're told that we have to post 3 times a day. We have to be consistent every single day, or the algorithms aren't going to work. Some people have to go live. I didn't want to go live. I didn't want to spend an hour a day at the same time every single day. And maybe I was blocking myself, but I didn't want to have to go live every day. Here's the thing, you get to do things how you want to do them, not how the world tells us or how somebody else tells us, right? Your belief, if you believe you have to post 3 times a day at certain times and you have to go live every single day, then that is what you're going to have to do. But if you believe and you have this energy that God's going to put this in the lives of who needs to watch this, and you believe that with your heart, that is what you're going to attract, right? So instead of saying, I can't afford that, we can't do that. How many times did we say that growing up? How many times did our parents say that to us? That's what we created. I started saying money flows to me easily as I serve people and as I make an impact and as I create with God. I just began blessing others and really watching God multiply what I had. And I'm so thankful. He always provides. And that's my belief. I believe He always provides for us. It wasn't overnight, right? But my peace around money grew first, and then the money started to flow and follow, right? Because abundance begins inside you long before it shows up in your bank account. And this took me a long, 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 long time. So today I want you to do one simple thing, right? Write down every belief you hold about money, good or bad, right? Whatever that is. Money doesn't grow on trees. we have to trade time for money. You have to work harder if you want money. It's going to take a long time to start making money. It's going to, whatever those beliefs are for you, then ask yourself, is this belief keeping me broke, keeping me stuck where I'm at, or is this setting me free? Is this serving me? That awareness will start to rewire your mind. Okay. So tomorrow on day 3, we're going to talk about relationship beliefs. I'm super excited about that. This one gets deep, because what you believe about yourself is what you allow in love, friendships, and connection. Truly. So make sure you hit subscribe and comment below. I'm ready for financial freedom because money will always match your mindset, and it's time to believe you're worthy of more. You can always go to believeindailypay.com. You can watch a couple videos about the business I've been doing that has just totally helped me and other women, especially, I have not earned 6 figures. I don't want to quote that, but other people earn 6 figures. When I first made my first investment back, I was like, oh my gosh, this works. Like I have an automated system out there working for me. I don't have to trade time for money. It blew my mind and continues to blow my mind. And I just want other moms to know. So if you watched this far, thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, believeindailypay.com or comment ready. And I would love to invite you into my community where we're talking about beliefs and things like this, the belief framework. And I just want to help other moms know that you do not have to live paycheck to paycheck. You do not have to strive more. You can actually thrive and you can have fun doing it, enjoy it, and grow and become that amazing woman that you are. So thank you for watching. God bless.